recording with the new mics. How was your day today, buddy?
Pretty good. Woke up at about 8 and went golfing.
How'd you shoot?
Not as good as I hope.
That's
golf, though.
That's kind of how it always is, isn't it? So, welcome everybody to another episode of Behind the Board. With me today, I've got Jacob Ring, and yes, as you may have noticed, we have the same last name. We are related. Jake, tell us a little bit about yourself, my friend.
I've lived in Kearney most of my life. Went to high school in Arizona and moved back because it's cheaper to live out here, and started playing chess about a year ago, maybe a little longer, and that's about it.
Did you play at all when you were a kid?
No.
What got you into chess later in life?
I just wanted to learn it because there's lots of times where you're just sitting around and you might be at a friend's house or something, and somebody's always got a chessboard, it seems. Well, I wanted to be able to at least kind of know my way around it if I'm ever in that situation. Kind of selfish reasons.
I hear you.
But it's a good thing to know. It really stretches the brain. There's no two games are ever the same. And it's one of the oldest games ever with no rule changes.
Yeah, people have been waiting for Chess 2.0 for a long time. They'll never get it. They got
Technically, what we're playing with the pawns moving 2 spaces is Chess 2.0, because originally they were only allowed 1 spaces, and then to combat that, they came out with the en passant rule.
There you go.
And that was in the 1300s, I believe,
something like that. Looks like you're playing a Ponziani? Is that the name of this opening?
Sure. You would know better than me.
Is this the first opening you ever learned?
No, the first one I ever learned is the one that I play the most, and that's the Italian. And it's pretty much my go-to if I'm ever white, just because I can do it pretty much without thinking.
Do you play it aggressively, or do you play it slowly and positionally? Because you can play it however you want, really.
Honestly, I just kind of go with the flow.
Gotcha. So tell me a little bit about your family, because we're cousins. I know your backstory, but tell us a little bit about your family. Check, by the way.
Yep. I got 2 boys and 2 girls in that order. My oldest son just finished, or is going through MEPS. He's trying to get into the Air Force, and he got a 94 on his ASVAB.
Wow.
Yeah.
So he pretty much has the pick of the litter of whatever job he wants.
Right. Yes. So I'm pretty excited about that.
As you should be. Proud dad moment right there.
Absolutely.
He said he's going into the Air Force, or what's
he wants to do Space Force ultimately.
If they would have had the Space Force when I went into the Navy, I definitely would have went Space Force.
Heck yeah. I think that'd be way cool. So
why not?
But then I think this guy, he sold me my computer. Mm-hmm. I just got a brand new computer, and he went into the Air Force, and then he went into Space Force, and now he's in the Air Force Reserves in Omaha. Mm-hmm. And he told me to tell Jacob to do basically anything that has anything to do with cyber anything.
That makes sense, because cybersecurity is huge right now with everything.
Yeah. And then Ethan he's gotten 1B in his whole life, and he's going to be a senior next year. So he's basically got the pick of the litter on any school he wants to go to.
Does he have an eyeball on any of them?
I believe he wants to go into medicine somewhere on the East Coast. That's his goal. I'm happy for him. That's awesome.
And that leaves your 2 little ones there. How old are your little girls?
Oh, I got Amelia. She is 14. And then I got Charlotte, who is 7. And Amelia is in a whole bunch of different extracurriculars. She's in show choir. She's in drama. She just got done. They had a play at the Merriman. It was what is that? Mary Poppins. That was cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I'd never actually been to one, so I thought that was pretty neat.
She wants to explore and see the kitties. So
Speaking to the devil. Hey, guys. For those of you who are listening, we have 2 people showing up with us, and my daughter is here, Ellie, and You want to say
Charlotte.
hi?
My
Come
daughter
on in.
Charlotte.
Say hello.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
You can tell them your name if you want.
My name is Charlotte.
Very nice to meet you. Life as a dad, right?
Oh yeah.
So, let's go ahead and just castle here because I'm running out of time. You spoke about golfing. Is that one of your main passions outside of chess?
Yes.
How long have you been playing that?
Since I was 13 and poorly.
It's usually how it goes.
Yep. Golf
Everybody I've spoke to that plays golf, they're always talking about how brutal of a game it is, and there's a lot of similarities between golf and chess. It's just you're always comparing yourself to what you think you should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
and you're always overestimating yourself too.
it's always been a thing for me to where I find the hardest things in the entire world, and I just decide that that's what I'm going to do. When I was in college, I played rugby. That's the hardest sport physically. And then now that I'm older, I play golf, which is incredibly hard, not physically or mentally. It's just hard. It's all muscle memory. And then now in my leisure time, I play chess, which is ridiculously hard. I just seem to I'm just a glutton for punishment, I suppose.
No, I think that's more along the lines that you love a challenge.
Right.
You love a challenge and you're not afraid to go after it. And that's something I've always known about you is you may think it's one of the hardest things, but you're going to go after it because you can do it.
And I think you were one of the first people that I actually played. So I bought an app. I think it was like $40 a year, and it was all about teaching you openings. And the first opening it taught me was the Italian, and that's when I decided that I finished that app, and I was like, I'm going to take on the world. And that's when I found out that you were doing the chess thing. And I remember thinking, I remember getting a hold of you, and you challenged me on chess.com. And I remember you telling me, oh, I thought it was just going to be a walk in the park, but all the tricks and stuff didn't work for you.
No.
And I was like, well, I'm still learning. So let's see. Go for development here.
There you go.
One thing I'm not great at. I'm not the best at really knowing what to do with my queen.
Mm-hmm.
Like I always seem to fumble that one.
That happens. If you aren't entirely sure what to do with her, it's easy to put her in a bad spot.
Right.
Oops, forgot to hit your time, but I'll get it for you.
Whoops.
That's all right. Besides golf and chess and rugby, I see you're wearing a Warhammer shirt. It's also not an easy game to play.
No, and I actually I got a ton of kids, so Warhammer was. I don't know if you guys have ever bought or played Warhammer, but it is not cheap. It's very. I think there's some pieces, just one little guy, and you have to have armies. That could be $100, $200. It's just ridiculous.
Jeez.
Being me, I had to go ahead and teach myself how to 3D print.
Of course.
I bought a hobby on top of a hobby with a hobby in it. So I had to learn how to 3D print everything. Never done it before in my life. Then I had to learn how to paint, which I'm horrible at, by the way, because you got to paint all your own stuff.
Yep.
I know in regulation, you're not even allowed to play with your pieces unless they're painted. That's fun.
Coming from a guy like myself who has never played Warhammer in my life, explain it to me, because I literally have no idea.
It's kind of like chess. It's a board game, or it's a tabletop game. You got your guys, and then let's say you got a guy here and a guy here. Well, if this guy is holding on to a gun, then you take a tape measure, and if he's within range, then you can shoot him. And he can move 12 inches or 6 inches, or he can attack and shoot for a movement penalty and an accuracy penalty too. And then you roll your dice, like a 4 and up means you got to hit. Then they roll their defense depending on how much damage they have.
Mm-hmm.
And if they have a lot of armor, then they'll, like, if they roll a 2 or up, then they block it. And then you just, if they die, they die. So you take off the pieces. And It's super, super cool.
It's kind of got like a D&D
Right.
feeling to it almost.
Yep. That is accurate.
Well, let's see here. We could have some fun, or we could not. Which one do I want to do here? Well, I'm thinking about that. I want you to think about what motivates you in
Life?
Big question, I know.
What motivates me in life right now, just being a dad. Pretty much everything I do is to make sure that those little nerds are taken care of. So it's a big deal.
What's your favorite thing about being a dad?
Just watching them succeed and being better at stuff. Because I was pretty mediocre in everything. Just seeing that my boys doing great, my daughter in a whole bunch of stuff. Chucky, she never stops talking, so that's got to be a sign of intelligence, right?
Usually. Let's see. Being a dad, it changes you. It really does. Go there. Does that do anything? Yeah, not really. Let's do that. Changes you for the better for the most part.
Right.
You can go inside and use one of the tables. I can't. Because I don't have cupcakes.
Let's see.
Here, let's use one of the tables.
Well, that could have been no bueno. I almost made a blunder. I almost did.
But then I still got to catch it. So
That's true, but it would have been pretty obvious.
I still do that even on those daily games. I'm like, and it even has a confirm check. Well, apparently, you're supposed to check those and actually confirm that's what you want to do. I move, hit the check.
I swear that's what I wanted to do. Well, running a little low on time here.
Actually, I think I was about to do that too. Gotta leave the king away out. Getting back road checkmated is never fun.
No, it's not.
Not at all. All right. Don't like your confidence in that.
Check, check, check. Had to gain some time back and get those queens off the board.
Check.
There we go. If you could play one character or one person from history or a fictional character in a game of chess or Warhammer or any of the other fun stuff that you're into, who would it be and why?
Oh, if I could play against a person?
Fictional or historical?
I think I could learn a lot from Bobby Fischer. The early ones before
he went crazy?
Well, Kanye West would say that he made a lot of sense.
Kanye West is that's another hot button topic.
Yeah, he's fun. He's a good dude. Yes.
He's something.
He's definitely something.
Bobby Fischer. What about Bobby Fischer intrigues you the most?
I watched my first movie I ever saw was what was it, like Chasing Bobby Fischer or something?
Searching for Bobby Fischer.
Searching for Bobby Fischer. That's
check.
Do that. Ooh.
Searching for Bobby Fischer. For people of our generation, it was definitely inspirational. Even though I had literally nothing to do with Bobby Fischer.
He wasn't even in it, was he?
No.
If I remember right, he wasn't even in it.
It was about Josh Waitzkin. Josh Waitzkin was the main character of that one, and he actually was a very interesting guy. You know anything about him after he left chess?
No.
He went on to do like martial arts and learned about the art of learning, and like he's a fascinating guy. If you have a second to learn about him, he did a lot of cool stuff after chess. Check.
Bummer. That was a good move.
Thank you, buddy.
I'm in trouble now.
There you go. What about some of the other games? Who would you want to play in golf?
No one.
You don't want to play anybody in golf?
I'm bad in golf. Anyone I can beat. I had a good day today because I played Eli.
Is Eli pretty good?
No.
Oh, buddy.
Did I mess up?
Dude.
I did. That's checkmate.
No. Everybody who's watching, please pause the video. Find out where my cousin went completely bonkers.
Yeah.
Put in the comments what the next move's going to be.
Talking about golf. Good game.
Good game, buddy. Anyway, just to show everybody, that's checkmate.
Yeah.
But before we leave today, I want you to give me 3 things that you're grateful for. I got a couple rapid fires. What are 3 things you're grateful for?
Family, God, chess.
Sorry, I was taking a drink when he did that. I almost choked on it.
Not in that order.
What's a life lesson you live by?
Life lesson I live by is don't take anything seriously. Don't. Just don't. It's not worth the headache.
I almost feel like that's a family life lesson because I don't think anybody in our family takes anything seriously.
And we shouldn't have to.
No. No, definitely not. Well, buddy, thank you so much for your time. This has been a lot of fun. And I'll be honest, I haven't played E5 ever. And so running into the Ponziani, which I know of, that it scared me a little bit. But that tactic we had in the middle where I took the rook, I took the knight with the rook.
Sacrificed your rook.
And then you came up here. When I actually brought this guy over here to check, I think the queen take would have been the better move.
Okay, I didn't even see that.
That's okay.
That would have been better.
I think that would have been a better move. And for anybody who's listening, my Aunt Sandy just walked in. Sandy, would you like to say hello to our viewers?
Oh, hello. Love you.
Love you too.
Have fun.
We're actually just got done. So.
Okay.
All right.
At least I didn't get completely whooped on.
Oh,
I consider that a win.
Yeah, you should have kept this guy over here. But the end was coming. It was coming pretty quickly.
Yeah. All right.
That was fun, buddy.
Good game.
Good game.
Thank you for watching. If you found this content helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who loves chess. Your support helps grow the Central Nebraska Chess Club and bring chess to more students and families in our community. If you'd like to support us, you can make a donation through our Kearney Area Community Foundation Fund. The link is in the description. Every share, like, and donation helps build a stronger chess community. Thank you.